This is the second class for political science. Okay, in first class, were there? Okay. So, can we share video to them? Those who did not attend the first class, you please ask them and take the video. In first class, what we have discussed is a overall introduction. Okay, what is the syllabus is about? Okay, so what is political theory? What is ideology? Okay, like that. I've explained in each section of the syllabus what you will read. And I gave an overall view about the thinkers, Western thinkers. What are their concepts? Okay, core concepts. The Indian thinkers, okay, their core concepts. In a flow, okay, starting from Plato, totalitarian state, Aristotle, a moderate state, okay. Then Machiavelli, once again, a totalitarian state, Hobbes, totalitarian state. Then Locke comes and talks about a liberal state, okay. You just watch the video. I've explained all these terms, okay. It may appear Latin and Greek initially, but I break it down in simple meaning. Okay, what is totalitarian, what is liberal, and all. Again and again, we'll be seeing these, in class once again. Okay, until you get familiar with the concepts, comfortable with the concepts, I'll be explaining in simpler terms. Okay, so don't worry. Now, what we also did was to see, okay, how in India, okay, Indian Constitution, okay, um, is created, okay, out of various ideologies. Okay, we saw the Indian thinkers that we are studying, apart from Arthashastra, Dharmashastra, and Buddhism, all other thinkers have their own thinking, which is contributed into the making of the Indian Constitution. Okay, yesterday what happened in the Lok Sabha? Today morning news. Okay. Yes. Yes, a statement was read out by the newly elected speaker. Who's the newly elected speaker? Om Birla. Okay. So he read out a statement on emergency. Okay. The main contestation is the opposition party accuses the ruling party that constitution is being destroyed. So we have to save the constitution. So they take the oath with the copy of the constitution. Okay. The ruling party in turn says no, it is the opposition party in 1975, 50 years before exactly, has crushed the constitution, has changed the constitution upside down. True. Okay. So the point is, the constitution is a product of multiple ideologies, conflicting of ideologies. Okay, so that is what we have been learning in the political science paper. How each thinker, each thought contributed to an idea and conflict of idea, and after the synthesis of this idea, all these idea coming together, put forth in the constitution. Okay, constitution has something for all. There is input from Ambedkar, from Gandhi, okay, from Arabindo. Yes, okay, from Syed Ahmad Khan, okay, albeit in the opposite way, okay, to create a secular state. Okay, likewise, M.N. Roy's contribution to a socialist state. Okay, so each of them has played a role. That is why they are part of our syllabus. That is what we saw. Okay, in short. So those who have not watched the first video, okay, it is very essential to have a bird's eye view of the subject. Okay, offline people, after the class is over, you go and ask them and take the video, watch it. Okay, before you come to tomorrow's class, very important. Likewise, those who are online, okay, if you have missed the first video, okay, you can kindly text. No, you would have been sent a link to you from the online team. Ask them for the first video. I will put a word to them to share the first class of political science, the introduction class. Okay, so that you are able to follow. Okay, don't worry, even if it is not so, we are going in detail when each individual topic is coming in. We'll relate it to the whole syllabus. Okay, so anyway, it will be done. But however, always, you should be ahead. Okay, so don't miss anything. Okay, fine. So today, as I told you, initially we'll be talking about world history. Okay, world history in short, very short. Okay, which will give a idea for you how Western philosophy evolved, especially Western political philosophy. So we are talking about various thinkers, right? Okay, so various periods of time, how it was there. Okay, what kind of thinking was there? Okay, what kind of value system was there? So based on that, only thinkers would have put forth their views. Okay, and here, I'm going to just talk about the world history of ideas, not the political history, social history, and all. telling this king came, that king came, he was the ruler, that was the ruler, this war took place. That I'm going to talk about the world history of ideas. Okay. We all start with Greece. Okay, Greece. Okay, for the Western world. Okay. Yes, please. Greece, the Western world. Yes, yes. Is the starting point of all ideas. But before that, also a lot of ideas were there, but recorded history is from Greece, and Western philosophy is largely influenced from Greece. Okay, that is why the first two thinkers, Plato and Aristotle, they're coming from Greece. Okay, what is beautiful about this Greek culture? No, they were far advanced in their administration, military, and education. They started, educational institutions and started recording ideas, started debating and formed thesis. Okay, and then systematically, designing the administrative systems. Okay, so would we wait or we'll just keep discussing? Okay, so they are very advanced. Okay, in education, first educational institutions. We for all IAS coaching centers. What is the name? It ends academy, right? The word academy comes from Greek language. The word academy means education institution. That's all. And Plato's first institution, Plato is the first thinker. His institution was named academy. Even now, modern times, okay, educational institutions, are so eager to name their institutions as academy. Okay, that is how the Greek influence penetrates still today. It's very relevant today. Okay, Kingmakers IAS Academy, Greek thought, 300 BC. Okay, so 2,300 years before. Okay, these people have talked about it. The 300, 400 BC is the time when this Greek Hellenistic culture, they'll say Hellenistic culture flourished, and their ideas become recorded, documented first. Even before them, ideas were there, but it was not documented. Okay, yeah. You may be asking, sir, there are other Chinese civilization 3,000 years, Indian civilization 2,500, more than 2,500 years. If you take our, yeah, please come. We take up, and if we when we talk about yeah, Arab country, the civilization are all there. Okay, even before but systematically documented knowledge. Bible, okay, 300 to 500 years. Vedas, okay, 3,000 years. So we had, but for Western philosophy, this is the base. So we are starting from Greece. Okay, I'm giving this outlook because you should not think that everything came from one particular point. Human mind is always, creative, and it constructs institutions around it. But first recorded Greece. Okay. So Greece talked about democracy first. They had democracy in Athens. Okay. And in Spartan, they had military rule in Sparta. Okay. And they had aristocratic rule in Macedonia. Okay, in the city states of Greece. But these are all stories only. No need to take notes. Nobody is going to ask that. This is in the examination. This is just warming you up, giving you an idea. Okay. So likewise, they had different types of political institutions. Okay, Greece was having, and they gave importance to human being. Very important. Human beings are very important. Individual is very. All the thinkers are concerned about well-being of the individual and society. Okay, individual should be happy. Plato, Aristotle. Okay, for that matter, before that, we have Cephalus, Polemarchus, Thrasymachus, Glaucon, Adianton. Okay, so this isn't all not required for examination. Actually, all philosophers, all will be talking about one question: good, common good, individual good. Okay, so the society should be designed in such a manner it should be good for the individual as well as the society. So individual was primary in the Greek thinking. That is what reflected in Aristotle and Plato's. Okay. Then later on in the Western philosophy, there is a big gap, we should say. Okay. Okay. Since the beginning of the Roman Empire, okay, in the first 3 centuries for first and 1 BC. Okay, fine. So these years, has been called as dark period because Westerners, were living a normal life, especially the European countries. No philosophy, no evolution of philosophy like that. Okay, fine. Then comes the thinking that society is more important, God is more important, religion is more important than individual. As I said in Greece, who's important? Human being is important. Human being is exalted. Culture, evolved. Human beings are allowed to pursue pleasure, luxury, be happy, enjoy the life. Okay. Whereas slowly, what is starting now? Individuals were to be dominated, or individuals has to be subordinate to religion, society, God. This is happening, and then came the prominence of Christianity. Okay, under the Roman Empire. Okay, and in 3rd century, as I told you, Constantinople, Christianity expanded, Christian values expanded. The Christian values mainly talked about the domination of religion over the individual. An individual shall suffer, okay, in order to get salvation beyond. Okay, so if individual is suffering, it was justified. Okay, individual is suffering, this is right. They were not talking about individual good. Here, individual suffers. Yes, it is your destiny. Okay, carry your cross. Okay, and travel. Then you will get a good place in heaven. Then came Islam. Okay, Islam also for the purpose of unity of Arabs. Okay, individuals, life was started to control. Right, Prophet Muhammad gave dictates for the Arabs for maintaining entire pan-Arabian unity. They'll call, okay, to create all Arabs as Muslims and give them a code. Okay, telling them to obey that code. Okay, undermine to religion. Okay, so more than individual good, social good. Greece philosophy, individual good as well as common good. Okay, but in case of the next civilizations which came, Christian and Islamic civilizations, they are more concerned about the unity of the society, harmony of the society, well-being of the society, even if it is, the suffering of the individual, persecution of the individual, death of the individual. Islam calls for jihad, which means what? To build this pan-Arabic unity. Even if you were to, sacrifice your life, yes, sacrifice your life, right? Okay, jihad don't, understand the way newspapers talk today. Okay, jihad is, you must be ready to even sacrifice your life in order to ensure the unity of the society. So what is the idea? Individual is secondary, the society is primary. Okay. Then comes the crusades, the war between the Muslims and the Christians, Islamic culture and Christian culture, two dominant cultures of the world. Okay. So what happening in this time, once again, you should die for religion. All out war. Okay. All religious people, okay, going out in the battlefield and having war. Okay. Killing others. Okay. So we had many crusades, right? Till the 15th century. Bloodshed. Okay. Complete killing of individuals. Okay. In the 16th century, once again, a concept called as Renaissance is coming. Renaissance. This is very important. Yeah, where's the board? No, no, no. Okay. What do you call them? They have not integrated it. Okay. Hope the board is visible to you all online. Somebody tell me in chat box, no, whether you are able to see the board. Yeah, good. Okay, so first, as I said, during the Greek time, yeah. So during the Greek time, human beings are primary, right? Okay, so I'll put like this H, humans. Okay. Then came the intermediate period. Okay. So we can say that Roman Empire, okay, then Islamic culture, or I should say the okay Christian world versus Islamic. Okay, Roman culture. It began, and then Roman Empire itself adopted Christianity. Yeah. So okay, in this time, okay, right from the first century to 15th century, we had a 1,500 years where suffering of human being was considered to be normal. Only concern was social, uh, you know, unity, or society was primary. Then human, who was primary? Society was primary. Then I'm telling you, idea called as Renaissance is coming. Okay, the idea of Renaissance is coming. What is this Renaissance? It means go back to the past of glory. Renaissance means revival. In Tamil, they use a very beautiful word, Marumalarchi. Okay, once again, you go back to the golden days. What is the golden days? The Greek time, when individual was important, when individual's material needs should be satisfied, food, clothing, shelter, okay, and all the luxuries of life, happy life, satisfied life, contented life, daytime working, evening music, culture, art, okay, all those things, human beings, they will try to give utmost importance to the happiness and satisfaction of the individual as well as the society. It's not that they debunk the society, both. But next came the premise of the society. Once again, they're telling that the individual is also important. Okay, realize that individual is important. Let us go back to the Greek time. Okay, and revive the entire idea. Okay, of how human life is very important. Human beings has to give primacy. Okay, so that is why this Renaissance idea, they will say explain it in humanism. They'll use the word humanism. Okay, rationalism. Okay, and individualism. Okay, please take note. This you can take note, this diagram. Okay. The word Renaissance is very important. The entire Western philosophy, okay, and modern institutions, today's institutions that we see. Okay, yesterday Parliament, we saw all the oath taking ceremony, and the speaker is being elected. All those things we saw. Okay, the elections, that is conducted, the executive, the nomenclature, president, prime minister, everything comes from this idea, Renaissance. Okay. So Renaissance is the core idea, okay, based on modern world is constructed. Right? Have you taken note? Three things: humanism, rationalism, and individualism. Yeah. People in chat box, you have good, good, good. So you guys, have any doubts? Those who are watching online, okay, feel free to unmute yourself and talk. Okay, I've been allowed unless and until you guys disturb. No, in larger crowds it's a problem. So since you are a bit handleable crowd, I'm enabled. You can talk. Okay, and you can text also in the chat box if you have questions. Right. So what are the three things that Renaissance talks about? Humanism, rationalism, and individualism. Okay. Okay. So what is the meaning of these three things? Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, for us to know. Before that, I told that these three things are basis for modern world, right? And what is the opposite of modern? Traditional. Okay, or ancient. You can say traditional versus modern. Okay, sometimes when we see a person, we'll say that fellow is a traditional fellow. Okay, and some persons will see, that person is a modern guy, modern girl. How do we come to this differentiation? Okay, let me put it. We'll come back actually. Okay, we are going to come back and talk about what is Renaissance. Okay, that humanism, individualism, and rationalism. But before that, how do you differentiate between traditional and modern values? Okay, when you call somebody modern, okay, so society is organized based on certain principles, right? Some principle. Traditional societies is organized based on the principle of inequality. Okay, inequality. There will be inequality. There will be hierarchy. They will say. Use the word hierarchy. Okay. People accept that not all human beings are equal. One group is superior, another group is inferior. Okay. So if you talk about the Western society, there were landlords, and those who were working in the field were called as serfs, right? Landlords and serfs. Okay. So who's this landlord? Superior, who owns the land. Serf is the person who's working on the field is inferior. Okay. In India, we had a Varnashra system, right? Varna Ashrama system. Varna system is people belonging to 4 different divisions, and there is a hierarchy. Okay, which means one is superior over the other. So we have Brahmanas, Vaishyas, Kshatriya, and Shudra, 4 divisions of the society, and we know that Brahmanas are the topmost people. Okay, so it's accepted traditional society. Okay, so traditional society is organized based on the principle of inequality. One group is superior over the other group, whereas modern thought, modern ideas, modern societies are the principle of equality of all groups. All groups should be given equal places. Okay, first you should note it down. Okay, because this will help you when you revise and all. It will help you. Okay, traditional society, inequality, and equality. Here, traditional society, the primary principle is obedience, blind obedience. Okay, whatever the superior group is saying, the inferior group has to agree. Okay, in our households and all, our parents would say when we were children, whatever our father and mother would say, we will agree. But you person, you are not at all listening. Okay, like that, our parents will say. We don't know what actually they did. But however, there is a difference, right? Okay, ultimate obedience. Okay, father has said, mother has said. Okay, caste has said, religion has said, we'll agree. Okay, so that is obedience. But here also there will be obedience, but there will be liberty. There will be liberty of action. There is no liberty here. Okay, if they say that you have to do this job, society says that you have to be a cobbler only. Society says that you have to be a doctor only. Society says that you have to soldier. You have to be a soldier. Okay. Whereas here you have the liberty to choose in modern societies. Okay, what you have to be. Okay, even whether to go by obedience. Okay, abiding by the instructions of your family, your caste, religion, for that matter, state. Okay, or whether you are going to choose a liberal action, liberty. Okay, this one. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, and here comes the thing, humanism. Humanism, primacy of society. I told no, the after Greek civilization, we are talking about a civilization, okay, wherein uh, there was primacy of society, not of the individual, right? Primacy of individual. Okay. How many of you know about honor killing? Honor killing, yeah. So honor killing is when there is intercaste marriage. Okay, if a person, a girl, especially a girl, marries a person from a lower caste, then that girl as well as the boy will be killed in the honor of family and caste. That is called as honor killing. It's been rampant in India. In recent times, it is increasing. The worried thing is it is increasing. So actually, we seeing that which is given primacy, the family, the caste is given primacy, the primacy of the society over the individual. Individual life is not at all important. That is traditional mindset. Okay, wherein individual is subordinate to the society. Whereas here in modern time, they'll talk about primacy of the individual. That is why modern laws, like Indian law, is saying that you are free to marry anybody within caste, outside caste, within religion, outside religion. You have the right to choose your spouse, you have the right to privacy, like that. We are talking about rights. We are putting individuals first, right? Okay, so a traditional mindset is one which is primarily based on the principles of inequality, obedience, and the primacy of society. Whereas modern is, what are we? Modern or traditional? Anybody? Why silent? Yes, good. Mix of both. In certain times will be modern, in certain times will be traditional. That is same even for Western countries also. Western countries like take UK, they are modern that they are having parliament, but they're still traditional because they have a king, right? They have a king. They give primacy to the king. They feel that king should come only in the bloodline. Till 2012, okay, only from the Church of England, the lineage should be. The royal family should not marry till 2012, a Roman Catholic, a sect inside Christianity. Okay, so the most modern state as perceived by us is also traditional. Okay, in certain cases we are traditional and this is modern. And what is good? Okay, it is based on the perspective and the circumstances where tradition works out. So we are all a mix of both. Especially Indian society is a transitional society. We'll say we are in a transition from here to here. We are neither completely traditional, completely modern. Okay, so this is for your information. Okay, fine. Anyway, now coming back, you must understand the modern thought based on equality, liberty, and primacy of the individual. I would say dignity. Okay, or in other words, I would say this is humanism, right? Okay, primacy of individual is nothing but humanism. Human beings is first. Individualism. Individual is first. Individual. Okay, we'll come back. So clear now? This slide. Any doubts? Okay. So if at all somebody uses the word modern in question paper, the word modern is coming. 3 points should come. What is that? Equality, liberty, and primacy of the individual. Otherwise, dignity, or you can also use the word humanism. Okay. Human first over the society. Okay. Of course, somebody who's practicing honor killing, we call them traditional. Somebody who's emphasizing caste, religion, okay, is primacy. Okay, talking in further, we call them traditional people. Yeah. Like, and when you come to political science class, no, you have to shed your all your pre-constructs, meaning you will have some pre-opinions, right? Okay, about the society. Come learn fresh with open mind and don't be judgmental. Okay, now, okay. After learning, then after informed opinion, you take sides. As we spoke in the first class, no? Okay, a person cannot be politically neutral. but they can be impartial, politically impartial. Okay, leave that. Okay, let's not deviate here. So coming back, in Renaissance period, what they are taking, it is the base for modern thought. It changes unequal society to equal liberal world. Okay, it talks about liberty, it talks about dignity. So what is humanism? Already I told you, primacy of the individual, not the society. Okay, so both individual is important, society is also important, social harmony is important. We cannot sacrifice the individual life, individual liberty for the sake of society. That is why Article 21 in Indian Constitution, for that matter, all the modern constitutions talks about one primary fundamental right. What is it? Right to life and liberty. No matter, you can play with the life of the individual, liberty of the individual. Okay, so that is what humanism is. Rationalism, you accept anything only with reason. Okay, simply because something is told in the scriptures, simply because something is told traditionally, legend, myth, just because it is told by a celebrity. In nowadays, whatever Vijay says in Tamil Nadu, that is the rule of law. Yeah. Okay. Once it was Rajni. Okay. So whatever comes out from the celebrity, powerful people, religious people. Okay. You blindly accept it. There's a problem. Okay. Or politicians, whatever they say, you accept it is a problem. Okay. So your thinking should be based on reason. Okay. And reason means what? See, certain things we can give data. Okay, scientifically observed things you can give data. But for concepts like equality, liberty, why all should be treated equal, why all should have liberty, why individuals should be treated primarily, reason, rationalize. Okay, so rationalism is nothing but apply reason in order to arrive at a conclusion. No blind obedience, no blind following up. Okay, most of the problems, the entire crusades, killing of lot of people, okay, bloodshed, misery of ordinary people, economic ruin of various civilizations is all because of blind faith. Okay, blindly believing in something it leads to. Okay, so I'm not questioning the faith of you. Okay, of course, the Constitution of India talks about liberty of faith. Okay, but one thing history has shown that blind faith. I'm not talking about faith. Blind faith. Okay, sometimes imposed from powerful top people has led to destruction of the society. So that is why they can accept anything with reason. You have some reason, some rationalism. Okay, so that will lead to scientificism, right? When you put reason for understanding, when you seek data, when you seek logic, it becomes science. So Renaissance also led to the advent of science. Okay, scientific temper. Lot of discoveries now it's taking place at the time. Okay, a lot of 15th, 16th century. Okay, a lot of advancement of science is taking place. Okay, now what is individualism? Okay, individualism, I'll explain first, then I'll give notes, you can take note. Okay, so individualism is, earlier they thought no, only society, state, government can do good to the individual. King only should take care of the individual. Individual is not having the capacity to take care of himself, herself. Okay, so they had to be supported by state, government, institutions. Okay, but modern idea says no, not like that. Every individual is capable of taking care of themselves. So state should not be interfering in the action of the individual. Only when state tries to dictate individual, coming and telling you should do this job, you should do that job, you should study this like this standard only, this higher education is for this class. Likewise, state is imparting. Okay, then only it interferes in the individual. Individual hand is tied so that he is not able to, she is not able to do what is good to themselves. The idea that others only should help is traditional. The idea that you can help yourself, you are independent, is individualism. Individualism. Okay, so you can take note. Individualism is the ability of the individual to take care of himself. Okay, the individual is able to do, able to take care of himself as well as benefit the society, as well as benefit the society. It can take care of the individual as well as the society. Okay. Then corollary statement: because individual can take care of himself, every individual should be given liberty of action. Liberty. You just use the word liberty. Individualism leads to liberty, which means you are not constrained to do this action, that action. You are free to do what you want. Okay, liberty from the state. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Okay. சரி சரிம்மா எடுத்துக்கலாம். ஓகே ஓகே. ஓகே. Okay, unity, individualism, like liberty. You have the liberty of action. You have the freedom. Okay. So that is why we are talking, freedoms in Indian Constitution and all the modern constitutions, not an Indian Constitution, all the modern constitutions, we are talking about freedom. Clear? So what is Renaissance? Renaissance means revival of the ancient ideology, revival of human glory, revival of human importance. What was there in Greek civilization? What was the beginning of Western philosophy? Once again, they are reviving back the same idea. So based on that, institutions also should change. Okay, to till 15th century we will have monarchy. Till 15th century we will have influence of religion. Two things till 15th century we will have two things in polity. One is that monarchy. Okay. Then we will have a influence of religion too. Note it down. Okay. Till 15th, 16th century, till the Renaissance period, we have monarchy. We'll have influence of religion. Okay. All the decisions should have to be vetted by Pope. Okay, agreed by Pope. Okay. Islamic world, all the decisions of Islamic country should be approved by whom? Take a guess. Shafi, you should be able to say. All the decisions till, for that matter, till the First World War, all the decisions of Muslim countries has to be approved by whom? The Caliph. They call Caliphate, right? Yeah, the Ottoman Empire. Okay, we'll talk about that First World War. Okay, so Western world approval from where? Pope. Islamic world approval from the Caliph. Okay, Caliphate is nothing but the religious leader, the religious topmost leader of the Islam. Caliph. CALIPH. Okay, in India we use another spelling. Okay, Caliphate. Okay, Turkey is the base. Turkey is the place earlier. Okay, now coming back, 2 points. As I said, there will be monarchy, there will be influence of religion, and totalitarian states. Okay, till 15th to 16th century, totalitarian state is all, individual is subordinated. For those who are attending this, the word totalitarian means the state will control everything. What you eat, what you dress, what education, what job you should, whom you should marry. Okay, and how many children you should get. All your personal decisions also decided by the state. That is totalitarian state. What work you do, how much you earn, how much you should give, everything, okay, is decided by the community. That is totalitarian. Liberal state is you have choice. Okay, there will be minimal regulation and you will have choice. Okay, so till 15th century, totally. So Renaissance is coming and questioning all these things. Okay, why monarchy only? Why can't ordinary citizens be the kings and queens? Okay, why we have to have influence of religion? Let us have secularism. Okay, let religion play no role in politics or lesser role in politics. Politics play a lesser role in religion, minimal role, only regulating role. Okay, and third thing, why totalitarian regimes? Why don't we have democratic regimes? But the idea changes. So based on the change of idea, Renaissance, the political institutions also has to change. Okay, so that is the impact of Renaissance. From the Renaissance time, we have various thinkers, who have come and talked about many things, and other things have happened. So this is the history of idea. Okay, to how this resulted Renaissance in scientific thinking. This resulted in modern ideas, from traditional ideas to modern ideas. Okay, clear? So you have the flow chart of the history of ideas. Okay, we began with human glory, and then human being was thought to be subordinate. Okay, thought to be, can be killed, can be used, and no happiness, suffering, like that. And then once again, importance of human beings is coming, and modern individualism, liberty, all the terms we use, equality, liberty, modern ideas, is based on the Renaissance, the thinking in the 15th and 16th century. Okay, fine. Now we are going to talk about the from Renaissance, because of Renaissance, from 15th, 16th century, there are major things that are happening because of that. Economic systems and the political systems are changing. Okay, so we will be talking about that history. So far, clear? No? Okay, so far we were discussing the evolution of ideas. Okay, how from equal society we cross through the unequal society, and we are transforming from an unequal society towards equal society. We want to revive back the equal society, and we want to revive back the importance that is given to the individual as an idea. That is the modern world. Okay. In fact, modernism is revivalism actually. Okay, going back when you like conservatives, no? Albeit, conservatives want to go back to medieval time. Okay, these people want to go to the ancient time where they talked about the values of equality. Okay. Okay. Clear. Oh, come. Next slide is, yeah. We are going to talk about Renaissance. Along with Renaissance, what in the idea realms I told you Renaissance happened. See the spelling, no? You have to pronounce it Renaissance. Okay, it's a French word. Okay, but the spelling is Renaissance. Okay, like bourgeois. Okay, the spelling will be different. It's Renaissance. It's a French word. Okay, so you have to pronounce how Renaissance. Okay, don't pronounce it Renaissance. So 15th, 16th century Renaissance came, world of ideas. Okay, at the same time, exploration. Okay, many countries, sent expeditions, especially UK, European countries sent expeditions to find the new world, right? Okay, exploration and the identification or discovery of new world is taking place. Yeah. When did Vasco da Gama came to India? What happened? At least tell me which century. I don't want the year. 1498. Good. 15th century. Got it? Okay. So this is the time when Christopher Columbus discovered America. Okay. And America Vespucci. Okay. Then he's going there based on his name only, that name only, the word America, continent America itself is named. Okay. So many explorers started to get permission from the king and queens, and they a lot of money and started exploring. So exploration. Okay. Then the breakthrough in science, scientific discoveries. Okay. So slowly, religion controlled science is now coming to open. Okay. The famous scientists like Galileo, Copernicus, they revolutionized, right? Once we all thought that, okay, sun is coming around the earth, everything is happening for us. Okay, new idea. No, not like that. We are revolving around the sun. Okay, 15th, 16th century, a new idea. Okay, so a breakthrough in science and technology. Religion also stopped controlling the science. Okay, there are many groups which formed. Okay, some of you are very interested in Illuminatis, right? Okay, Illuminati. Okay, the secret group of scientists, who worked outside the influence of the church. Okay, and they brought in a lot of discoveries, and they transformed knowledge to each other. Okay, so there is a lot. In the 15th, 16th, 17th centuries, the expansion of knowledge of science, especially in the world of physics, chemistry, botany, was huge, comparable, very high. Okay, so scientific discoveries. Okay, you name it all. Okay, all the important theories of temperature, or the pressure, or whatever laws, that Ohm's law. You talk about anything, buoyancy. Okay, Planck's constant, whatever you speak, no, that's based in 15th, 16th centuries discoveries. Okay. Slowly, the church influence is also getting down. Pope's power gets down, and then people starts to agitate the Pope, and various sects started to come in Christianity. They are opposing the idea, so each country starts to act with a different church. Okay, so central papal authority gets reduced, and because of that, science and other things are freed from the control of the church. Based on that, automatically scientific is more rationalism. Okay, and this thing, uh, scientific discovery led to a lot of technology. Okay, so all these things, okay, together with many things happening. Okay, we have industrial revolution in the 18th century, right? Renaissance increased ideas, technology, and exploration. All these things are leading, and the central control of the papal authorities reducing. Each country getting autonomy. Okay, fine. The idea of kingdoms will go, and people will start talking about nations. Okay, that is another story will come later. Okay, so because of this, individual instead of kingdoms, now small countries, individual nation. So industrial revolution is taking place. Okay. So when industrial revolution is taking place, okay, it leads to the conversion of feudalism into capitalism. Just note it down, I'll explain. Okay, so feudalism to capitalism. Okay, this change will occur. Okay, this will induce change from monarchy to democracy. Okay. Okay. So this change in feudalism to capitalism, I'll just put down, no? So then you copy down, then you can listen. Okay. This feudalism and capitalism will lead to search for colonies. Okay. So this colonialism leads to imperialism. Okay, colonialism comes imperialism. Okay, and then this will lead to First World War. Okay, and the injustice of the Second World War. You copied this now? Yeah, this still to continue will come. Can I go for a new page? Okay, where I'll put the other points, follow-up points. Okay, so First World War will come. Then based a big, since First World War was unjust to certain countries, we'll have Second World War. Okay, Second World War's consequences is two. One is it will lead to decolonization. Okay, after decolonization, no, it will also have Cold War. Okay, in which India's non-alignment movement is very important. Okay. Then comes decline of Russia, USSR, decline of USSR. in 1989. Okay, so decolonization process will be over and Cold War will be its high, and it will be over. Right. Okay. Let which one? It starts from 89, from the fall of Berlin Wall. Okay, from 1989, and it culminates in 1981. The concept of this perestroika and glasnost is introduced before itself. Okay, so it takes years for a historical process to complete. Okay, fine, good. Okay, so after the decline of USSR, we have American hegemony. Okay, before that, here, before this Cold War era, no, you can also call it as bipolar world. Okay, bipolar world means there are two powers, bipolar, two poles, bipolar world. After Russia is going out, shall I go to the next page? Okay, American hegemony. Okay, it may called as unipolar world, one power in the world. Okay, so this one from 1991 to 2001, we can say 10 years. Okay, then there was a terror attack on Twin Towers, September 11, 2001. Yeah, that starts the decline of American hegemony. Okay, okay, decline of American hegemony. Whether American hegemony is completely gone now? No. Okay, we may say it is in the decline position. Once again, it is picking up. Once again, it is back. If you see the last 10 years, especially during Donald Trump, US was getting out of all international organization, telling that America first policy. We will take care of our people first, then we will go and interfere in the world. So USA was world police, controlling over other countries, dominating other countries. But from 2001 after the terror attack, more inward looking, okay, and declining. Okay, this is complemented, or this should be parallelly leading to the rise of China, resurgence of Russia, rise of India. Okay, we are also on the rise. Brazil and South Africa, Nigeria's role, Asia and rise of Asian. Okay, I can give many powers are rising. Okay, so rise of multipolar world I'll use right now. Okay, we are under a multipolar world wherein multiple powers are there. Not only America is there, China is also on the rise. Russia is resurgent Russia. Once again, it is gaining its power. See, Russia is with war with Ukraine, asserting itself. Okay, all the European countries first they opposed Russia. Now they are silent. Earlier they were supplying all weapons to Ukraine. Now they are reducing because they are fearing. No, if this continues, not only Russia's economy is at stake, European economy is also at stake. World growth is at stake. World economic growth is at stake, and people will go in hunger. Many people across the world will die in hunger. Okay, poverty without getting access to resources. So they are fearing. Okay, so it's not that America is powerful, European Union is powerful. One side, Russia is also resurgent. China is on the rise, India is on the rise. Asian is also considered to be a powerful bloc. Okay, Asian countries, no, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Myanmar, Cambodia, Philippines, Laos. Okay, so these countries together constitute Asia. You will learn all these things. See the beauty, no? We started with first paper, the world history. Okay, Western philosophy, Renaissance, and that is why political science international relation is interconnected. The base of international relation, what now world is because of the world of ideas. The world of ideas comes from political philosophy, from political thought. Okay, like thinkers, what they think, the world actually becomes based on that. Political systems change based on that. International system also changes. Okay, so I'll just go back. Yeah. So Renaissance leads to industrial revolution. We know that. What is industrial revolution? Industrial revolution is many factories will be coming and there will be mass production. These are all revising whatever you learned in the school. Okay, and now forgotten because in between your major and other things and all, this you learnt in school. Industrial revolution is factories will come up. Earlier in feudalism, you need a break. Just another 10 minutes. No, we will go for a break. Right. Casually listen. These things will be reinforced when you study the in detail syllabus. Now we are, just I'm familiarizing. Okay, if you just get the feel of the word, the flow of the history of ideas and history of economic systems, history of political systems, and international systems. Okay, then you'll familiar with the syllabus. Fine. So, industrial revolution. Before industrial revolution, there was feudalism. The word feud means feudal. Feudal means land-based system. Land-based system. Okay. So earlier we have land. The primary economic activity is agriculture. Okay, so you will have a landlord and you have people working here. As serves, as I told you, they will be working. This is called as feudal system, feudal economy, wherein production, that is agriculture production, will take place here only. Okay, many people has to be involved in work because technology is not sophisticated. But when technology comes in, okay, what happens is you set up factories and there is mass production. Instead of small scale production, you have mass production. Okay. So apart from agriculture items, other products, okay, like textile, first starts textile, clothing, okay, and then related to our core iron ore and other things, utensils. So factories were established to satisfy the needs other than food. Okay, factories. One place, all people will come and work, and there will be mass production. Okay, mass production, huge production. So when the huge production is there, automatically you need people to buy it. You increase your capacity. Okay, well, earlier you had less capacity, more demand. Okay, so to satisfy all needs, you are setting up a factory or bringing industrial revolution, and you will be learning in economics and ideas like just in time. Okay, Taylor's method. Okay, in manufacturing. Okay, there is one film called Modern Times. Okay, today's assignment for you is to go and download Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times, that talks about the transition from feudal to capitalism and the factory system, the what they do in the factory. Okay, completely. And it will be, he would have told it in a humorous way. Okay, so the modern means and modern Taylor's method, just in time, all these concepts, public management concepts, okay, comes in, ideas. Okay, so that along with the industrial revolution, mass production, you start to produce more. Now you need people, consumers. Where to find the consumers? Once again, start exploring the markets. Okay, send the ships and find where human beings are living, where we can sell our products. So industrial revolution leads to exploration, further exploration, finding out new markets. Now these new markets, if you want these consumers to buy your products, you have to colonize it, politically capture these countries, right? Okay, so that is where I'm talking about feudalism to capitalism. There is a change because of factory system, industrial revolution. This leads to colonialism. Okay, colonialism leads to imperialism. Okay, okay. Colonialism, you control largely economically. Okay, a colonial country, economical activity. Imperialism is, you control even politically also. Okay, and one country becoming the controller of everything. That is imperialism. So colonialism is pursued by each countries. Holland, the Dutch people, Portugal, Spain, United Kingdom, okay, France separately, Germany. Okay, Germany is a latecomer. That is the entire problem. Okay, Italy also is a latecomer. Okay, see how history unfolds. No, see all other countries which I say, they are one side. Germany and Italy in the other side. Latecomers for industrial revolution. So these countries, which is industrial revolution, goes for colonies. There is competition for colonies. There is a quest for imperialism. That is, UK wants to control everything. France wants to control everything. Spain wants to control everything. So there is wars between these countries across the world. Got it? So colonialism turns into a political form. Economic need becomes a political need too, and a political one-manship, political courtship. So colonialism is capturing other country to exploit its market. You can note it down. Colonialism is capturing other countries' economic system, capturing other countries' economic system or political system in order to economically exploit the country. Okay, to in order to what you have huge products, you want to sell the products. You need raw materials, so you want new places to take the raw materials. Your place is exhausted. Okay, so these small countries, UK, European countries, they look for raw materials and markets. That is how we start Indian history also, no? Europeans came to India in order to take our raw materials and manufacture it and sell the same product to us. Colonialism. Okay, for the economic exploitation, controlling a country's economic system or political system. Okay, is what we call it as colonialism. Okay, when one country in the world tries to colonize and dominate the entire world, it leads to imperialism. Okay, colonialism. Now, remember one thing: imperialism has been there from the beginning. Alexander's Greece, he wanted to bring the entire world under him. Then came the Romans. Okay, then the Ottoman empires. They tried a bit. Okay, yeah, Mughals. We can't. India they came, but not the entire world, right? Okay, maybe we can call there an imperial power in India. At the world level, Roman Empire came. Okay, so these people are there. Okay, and then the Byzantine Empire, so and so, etc., etc. Fine. So imperialism has been there from the beginning, but because of colonialism, also once again the imperialist trend is starting. Okay, earlier the imperial power was constrained to Europe till 16th century. Now it is expanded to the world. Imperial nature because of colonialism. Okay, because you're conquering new places, one country wants to dominate everything. One country wants to dominate all the political. Like UK is a colonial power which wants to become an imperial power. France colonial power which wants to become an imperial power. Okay. Then there's scramble for colonies. Okay, this one you're fighting for colonies. Okay. Second thing, what is happening is the land is over exhausted. Now new places was to be taken, and Germany and Italy being the latecomers of industrial revolution. For that matter, Japan also. Okay, and the Ottoman Empire. Okay, they are also latecomers. Primarily Germany and Italy. Okay, so now they are going and looking for colonies already existed. Many places taken as a colonies. Now, what you have to do, either you should find new land exhausted. Okay, new continents. Okay, it is yet to be discovered, or for that matter, explored further. Meanwhile, what is the easiest way to capture the colonies of others? So there comes the scramble for colonies. Actually, First World War is a result of scramble for colonies. Okay, countries are fighting for colonies, especially Germany and Italy wants to regain, and UK, France, okay, feels that okay, this is bad. These fellows should not be left. Okay, we should be crushed. Otherwise, there will be a threat to our colonies. That is why they are fighting over Germany and Italy. First World War. Okay, the old players versus new players in the industrial revolution. So industrial revolution not only brought technology, not only brought economic progress to us, it has brought devastating wars also. So after the First World War is over, Italy, Germany lost. So it has made huge reparations. It's humiliated. Okay, the final treaty was not good. So once again, they're fighting back. Second World War. Okay, after the Second World War, they're deciding. All is because of this scramble for colonies. Okay, so let us give freedom for all countries. Hereafter, no colonization. Okay, let all countries. So that is why United Nations is created. 195 countries till now, telling that you can decide yourself. No one country can exploit other countries. Only when you allow one country to exploit other countries, colonize other countries, this problem is coming. Okay, so hereafter, no colonialism, decolonization process. Okay, at the end of Second World War, yeah, two powers are emerging. That is United States of America and USSR, two blocks. Okay, so they are having a fight from 1945, Second World War. No, entire World War they are having. Personally, they are fighting. Okay, till 1990 until USSR is in the decline. So we will be studying that part as Cold War era, bipolar world, Cold War era. What are the politics that took place? How the international system was there, the theories and all. No, we will be learning. Okay, then after that World War is over. So yeah, post Cold War, no, that is Cold War era is over. Then America became the only power. Whatever it said, that is the law. We call it as American hegemony, the new imperial power. Okay, hegemony. The word hegemony I'll explain later. Okay. So now, right now, it is domination. Hegemony means domination. It is a nuances difference in meaning from domination. Domination and hegemony can be differentiated, but later. Now, think hegemony is domination. So US dominates, and then the rise of all powers. We are entering into a multipolar world, a world, present world with multi powers. Okay. So this flow chart is very important. Okay, before you start to read Plato and other things, no. Today revise it. Okay, just play around with it. I'll always say this. If you don't know, go home and see certain words that you don't understand. Just Google and see. Okay, have fun. Okay, traveling 3,000 years. Okay, in just a half an hour or 45 minutes. Okay, today I was a bit slow. Okay, because I see many new faces, and I was told that most of your freshers, and especially I don't know who's there in online, and some 6 to 8 of my students from other states also joined for the first time this class. So I've been slow, okay, but it can be told in these two flowcharts in 15 minutes we can tell the 3,000 years of history of political science, how ideas evolved, how the present world systems, political systems evolved, how present international systems evolved, and that is part of our syllabus. Yeah. Okay. Any doubts? Now it's time for question answer session. Yeah. Before we go to yes. Do we have any questions from yeah online? My voice is clear, right? Online people, you have to tell me. Any other questions, Ilya? Clear?
சார்
Yes.
சார் ரேஷனலிசம் பத்தி சொன்னீங்க இல்லைங்க சார், அது திருப்பி கொஞ்சம் சொல்லுங்க சார்.
Okay. சொல்லுங்க. You want me to repeat? Okay. Very simple. Rationalism, the word meaning itself rationale. Give reasons. Before Renaissance, people accepted whatever is said by the religious leaders, political leaders, whatever comes from the king, agreed. Whatever seniors are saying, agreed. No questioning. Okay. No thinking whether it is helpful for us or not. So the Renaissance said that whatever you believe, whatever you do, accept it based on evidence, based on thinking, okay, based on reason. Now, in fact, this entire thing, no, like Renaissance, if you can compare to the Dravidian movement of Tamil Nadu. Okay, most of you are from Tamil Nadu. Dravidian movement. What are the three important ideas of Dravidian movement? Humanism, dignity of the individual, okay, and absence, reducing the primacy of priests, equality, okay, equality of all castes, okay, and denying the primacy of priestly class, that is Brahmins. So that is what Renaissance also told. Reduce the influence of individual religion, like that. So rationalism is accept any theory, accept any statement, accept any opinion only based on reason. Okay, so yeah, Pooja, you will be shared, you just ask for the video, first video. Some are saying that you have missed the class timing because you have announced later. Okay, for you also recorded video will be shared, no problem. Okay, but you ask, okay, individually for you they will give access. Okay, in case if you have missed. But this will not happen after 3-4 classes. Okay, you have to be regular to the class. Okay, the problem we find with online batch and this sharing the video is you don't regular. If you're not consistent in UPSC preparation, you will not clear the examination. Knowledge you can learn in your own pace till your death, not a problem. But if you want to get it in first attempt, you have to be consistent. So don't miss the classes. Kindly introduce yourself. My name is Deepak. I'm from I did first attempt. Okay. Your name again? Balamurgan. Bala Vignesh. That is why. Okay. I completed B. So, okay. So brothers are sitting together. By name. Yeah, your Murugan is Vignesh. So that's why I said brothers by name. Okay. Shivak. How come that name? You should ask your parents why they gave that name. Oh. So we have the Shevak in our class. Shevak Shiva. Selva. Shevak Selva. Very rare combo. Okay, yes. Action. Okay, yeah. You told me. Anyway, once again. Ajray, yeah. Rafi, yes. Okay. Okay. 2020. Okay. Okay. The first Western philosopher, Plato. Am I audible, guys? In online, please confirm in chat box. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your reply, prompt reply. Okay. See, Plato, Aristotle, for that matter, most of the thinkers in our syllabus have spoken wide range, so many subjects. Okay, so starting from religion, ethics, morality, Aristotle, for that matter, he is called as father of all the subjects. Zoology, physics, okay, you name it, any subject, it will start from Aristotle. Practical knowledge, science, social science, philosophy, Plato. Okay, even though there were people before them, the difference is they did a rigorous study, systemized, documented it, and the range of study is very in-depth study. So that is why Plato is significant, I told you. Here is where you must be very careful what Plato has told about politics. That alone you should read for the exam. Okay, remaining is writing capability is really good. Okay, the way he writes, okay, you read it, no, it's very interesting, profound. But at the same time, we must know what should we study. Okay, so if you take the source books, Plato, you will find that very lengthy, 100 pages it will be there. Okay, so even 100 pages is not enough to talk about him. Such a knowledgeable person, okay, scholar. But examination point of view, Plato only what he talked about politics. So I'll tell you that crux all alone. Remaining and all, let us have some off off the class sessions. Okay, just to debate and speak about whatever we know about the philosophers. Okay, but strictly we are going to be within the framework of what UPSC wants, what political science international syllabus wants. Okay, so the core philosophy of Plato. See, why philosophers? First of all, what is philosophy? Okay, phil means love or likeness. Sophie means knowledge. Okay, the word Sophie means knowledge. The first human robot which got citizenship in Saudi Arabia. What is the name? Yes, okay, knowledge. Yes, knowledge. The love for knowledge is called as philosophy. Okay, and or the how knowledge is generated, how knowledge is understood. Okay, is philosophy. That is one branch of syllabus. Okay, sorry about. And other thing is telling what is good. Okay, what is good? What should be pursued? What should be avoided? Okay, or guiding principles. Okay, it is concerned on what is good, best for all. Simple. Some people in your school time or college or friends, you say, why are you doing like this? Why are you behaving like this? They say, this is my policy. This is my philosophy of life. Okay. So supposing they are acting in a particular way, they defend that by telling that this is my philosophy, I'll do that. Right? So philosophy is the direction of what we feel is good and we tend to do is good. Okay. And what is best for individual, what is good for the individual is the pursuit of entire humanity. Starting from Plato to you, me, everybody thinks what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? What is the goal of life? Okay, what are the goods that we have to seek? What are the pleasures we have to seek? What should we avoid? Okay, so each philosopher will come and say, this is the way of life that you should go. These are the things you have to pursue. If you talk about India, Indian philosophers say you have to think about achieving moksha. Okay, Christian philosophers like Thomas Aquinas and Augustine, famous medieval thinkers, they will say heaven is your target. For Plato, it is common good. Okay. For Hobbes, the state should be better. For Machiavelli, the kingdom, the rule, okay, must be security. Okay, and there is no interference of religion. So philosophers will tell simple, what is the best state? That's all. All the thinkers know their primary thing is they will be talking about what is the best state. That is the primary question. What is the good state? Okay. So Plato's entire idea is a state which is ruled by philosopher king. It's the central idea of Plato, political science, ruled by a philosopher king. Okay, so philosophers used to study a lot, okay, do research and then philosophize. Tell this is good. The state is good under philosopher's king because they only know what is good. Philosopher only know what is good. So you will do good to the people. A person who is not studied, a person is not a philosopher, okay, or we can say politician or a military person. They'll think in their own lines only. They will not know what is good. So if you want a good state, that good state should be ruled by philosopher. Okay, so philosopher king. And interestingly, Plato was from a ruling class, ruling family. Okay, aristocrat, they'll say. In Greece, those who are ruling, they're called as aristocrats. Himself, Plato himself, is a philosopher. So in fact, he is marketing for himself. He has to be the king. Okay. But what he says is either philosopher should be king or who is the king should pursue philosophy. This is a quote given by Plato. You can make note. Okay. The philosopher must be the king, or philosopher must be the king, or those who pursue philosophy. Sorry, those who are rulers, or those who are rulers should pursue. Those who are rulers should pursue. Okay. The rulers should pursue philosophy. Okay. What is philosophy? Knowledge of what is good. Simply you write. Okay. Whenever the word philosophy comes, what is philosophy? There are multiple meanings. Okay. Leave all that. For us, philosophy means the knowledge of what is good. Okay. So the knowledge of what is good state is what political philosophers will say. Philosophy is knowledge of what is good. Political philosophy is the knowledge of what is a good state is political philosophy. Can write it. Okay. So these simplification of words will help you a lot. Suddenly you see a word philosophy in the question paper, immediately what should come? Knowledge of what is good. Political philosophy, knowledge of what is a good state. Okay, good country, good political system. Okay. Now, to bring this philosopher king, he identifies certain problem. Okay. See, these philosophers are social scientists. They will find what is problem in the society and they will offer solutions. Correct. That is the philosophers, right? Whether it's Gandhi, Ambedkar, they found what is problem in the society. They'll say this is the solution. Okay. So Plato finds the problem. What is the problem and gives a solution. Philosopher king. And to create this philosopher king, he is talking about the idea of forms. Okay, you just put it idea of forms. Okay. So based on this idea of forms, he is propagating that there should be a philosopher king. And he is proposing a theory of justice. Theory of justice. What is justice in a society? Okay, and that actually leads to the philosopher king. The theory of justice. Okay, then he is talking about theory of education. What type of education should be given? How education should be there? How education will mold a philosopher king? Okay, so what type of education system he's talking? He gives a systematic education system and the character of education system. What is the use of education system? He's discussing in detail. Okay, then he's saying that two things are problem for people in public life. Okay, which will make them corrupt. One is family, another thing is property. So he says that both are not there for them. Already we discussed in the first class, no property, no wife, no husband. Okay, for the people who are in public life, they should be alone. No property also. All the property you take. Whatever food they want, residents, give it to them. The state will take care of. Okay, sir, what about the sexual urge? they can be allowed to mate within themselves. Okay, within themselves. Okay, there's no selected like husband and wife. The entire guardian class, that is the people who are rulers. Okay, they will be made to have sexual intercourse designed by the state. The country will decide what will be there. So there is a communism common of wives and property. Property is not individual. Property, wives and husbands are not individual. Collectively, it is owned. That is what here communism means. Okay, common ownership of property. So communism of wives and property. Okay, communism of wives and property. Okay, and the in the ideas of forms and things, in theory of justice, actually, okay, he'll be talking about how. Okay, I will combinedly take theories of justice and human nature. Based on human nature, only theory of justice will come. Okay, so okay, human nature leads to theory of justice. Okay, and both is together demands a philosopher king. Human nature. Okay, so draw this flowchart first. I'll explain. So before examination, you just see this, okay, and go. You will be able to remind everything. Okay, that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 boxes. If you remove human nature because it is part of it, just 5. Okay, philosopher king and 4 subtitles. If you learn this is suffice for political philosophy of Plato. Have you drawn the flowchart? A mind map, you should say. It's not a flowchart, it's a mind map. Yeah, those who are online. Okay, so can you close your eyes and tell the 4 points? Philosopher king. In order to create a philosopher king, he is talking about theory of justice. Okay, and he is talking about what is education. Yes. Yeah, ideas of forms, and then very good. Communism of wives and property. And theory of justice, human nature. Based on that only it is coming. Okay, that's all. Okay, this should be etched in your mind. Okay, so always whatever question is asked, if you take previous years of Plato, that I'll discuss later, but now I'll give example. State is individual writ large. Okay, state, that is philosopher king, is because of the human nature. They will say discuss state is individual writ large. Okay, I'll give you a question later. Okay, I'll put a slide, then you can copy down. Now listen. I'll give time for you to copy down, take notes and other things. Okay, listen. With respect to this idea of forms, no question will be there. Okay, this is just to know, okay, how Plato's mind worked. Okay, he is rationalism, how he rationalizes, reasons out why philosopher king is required. No question you'll ask. Theory of justice, regular question will come. Okay, so discuss the theory of justice, critique of theory of justice. This also okay, critique of communism of vice and property. Okay, usually Aristotle is the biggest critic of this concept. Okay, he will say why it is not possible, practicable. So, okay, Aristotle's critique of Plato, main question, repeatedly asked, 2020, 2022, 2018. Okay, once in 3 years they are repeatedly asking. Okay, it's very big, important. Okay, then theory of education. Okay, they'll be talking about comparing the theory of education. Okay, and the modern day education. Okay, of Plato and this. Okay, so when you read this new education policy and all, you relate it with Plato. Okay, you will get a better insight of new economic policy, and you can be giving more suggestions for its improvement, as well as critical, as well as appreciate. Okay, as a political science student, first you must be critical, and you must tell the suggestion wherever you're critical, and you should also appreciate. Okay, what are the good things? Because you know what is the purpose of education. Okay, fine. Now let us talk about idea of forms, which is for your understanding purpose only. Okay. So whatever we are seeing in reality, okay, is he is calling as appearance. Okay. But there is something, okay, an ideal form. Okay, appearance is different, ideal is okay. What we have is opinion, okay, but there is true knowledge. Okay, appearance is an ideal form, opinion is the knowledge. Okay. So to explain this, no, he's giving an analogy. Plato is giving an analogy. Okay. So it is called as the myth of cave. Okay. So people, are in the myth of cave. Okay. So this is the outer world. Okay. We have outer world. Okay. Outer world is there. Yeah, all those people inside the cave, okay, will be thinking that world is dark, no light. Okay. They'll just touch all the walls and say, okay, the world, is rough. They actually don't know what appear before them is different. Is it the reality? No, it is not the reality, right? The reality is out there. So there is an ideal form outside. Ideal form is there. What appears is not maybe good. In our language, okay, if I ask this question, what is the best form of government? Monarchy, democracy, military rule? All of you are saying democracy because that is what you are seeing. It is appearing before you. You have been practiced to democracy. Okay. So only a person like what Bharatiya would say. I would say that among the languages I learned, Tamil is the most. Before that, what he's saying, I learned many languages. Thereby, I am saying this is good. That is how philosopher works. Okay. So what you see, just because you know only Tamil, you will say Tamil is the best language. Okay. Tamil is the oldest language. Okay. It is the classical language. Kannada is the classical language. Okay. Without learning other languages. That is opinion. Somebody told you are agreeing. You see so that you feel it is correct, but that may not be good. What is good is ideal form and knowledge. That who can do is only who is working out, taking the effort to come out. Okay. And with the help of the sun, with the help of knowledge, with the help of learning, with the help of philosophy, you are able to identify what is good. So when a person studies philosophy, which means all subjects, okay, learns, educated, one who is educated, he knows what is good, he knows what is the true knowledge, okay, what is actually good. Okay, otherwise you must know. So who is this philosopher who is getting educated in a wide range of activities? He is telling the education system. I think you understood what is idea of form. What you are seeing. See, in other places, other you professors, YouTube channel, and they'll confuse you this idea of forms. It's very simple. Think of this. You may think democracy is good because you are living in democracy, but there is an ideal form. That ideal form can be achieved only through learning. By studying all the political systems, then you arrive at a okay. Aristotle, before arriving at his good state, polity, he ransacked 108 constitutions of that time, that period, around his country. He studied all the governments and then he comes, which is the best form of government. So only a philosopher can identify what is good. Okay. So that is why we need philosopher king to be the ruler. He knows what is good for the people. Okay, fine. So this line, whether it is a long line or a shorter one, don't know, right? This one. Which one is the longer? Second. Now which is longer? Okay. Now, if you are able to see only the two, you will say which one is longer? Second one. Only when you are able to see the third one, you will be able to identify which one is the longer, the truth. As long as you are not looking into other areas. That is what Plato is saying. True knowledge can be acquired, okay, by educating oneself, putting oneself through rigorous educational process and training. And that person through education becomes a philosopher. Philosopher knows what is true truth, what is good. Here for political science, what is good knowledge? What is good state? That's all. Next. Okay, human nature. Okay. So usually Greeks, philosophers, that one important philosophers, they use analogy, they compare things. Okay. In fact, our brain works well that way. When you introduce a new thing, if you are able to compare it with a known thing, it is easy to understand. Okay, this technique has been used by Plato. Okay, Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad. Okay, Lord Krishna. Okay, for that matter, Vijay. Okay, the celebrity actor of Tamil Nadu. No? He speaks in short stories, analogies, right? Okay, so come on. What is human nature? He is giving an analogy that every human being is born with certain qualities. Okay, so certain people, have appetite. Okay, appetite means economic need. They want to satisfy themselves with material needs. Okay, they want to eat, they want to enjoy well, celebrate festivals. Okay, enjoy the life. Okay, so economic pursuit. Okay, so some people have appetite. Okay, appetite means hunger for material needs, economic needs. Some people are courageous. Okay, more than appetite, their courage, about pride. Okay, those who are having a courage. And there is third category, people who are wise. Okay, they're not interested in economy, they are not interested in like fight. Okay, war and all. They're interested in knowledge. Okay, some people are inclined towards wise. Listening na. Okay, so always bring water to my class. Okay, so whenever you feel like tired, fatigue, immediately a gulp of water will refresh your mind. Okay, you can take help from me also, I can share. Yes. Now, with respect to elements, he's saying that he's comparing the elements. Okay, some are men of iron. Okay, some people have the quality of iron. Okay, he's comparing. No, human body is made up of minerals. Okay, so inside our body we have elements, right? So he's saying that there are people who are equal to the character of iron, and some people, who are, in some books they are using the word bronze. Okay, okay, and silver, and some people gold of character. See, there is a hierarchy telling that, no, these people. Iron means ordinary people. Okay, then bronze means someone who is middle in the society. Gold. Okay, okay. So this is the character of the individual, and he is calling the society. We come together. First class, we come as one group, one society, in order to satisfy our material needs, right? Okay. So we can say that human cattle. Those people who are having appetite of iron. Okay, they are eligible to be in a class called as producer class or cattle class. Okay, human cattle. They are compared to cattle. They are called as producer class. Okay, so he's saying the individual is having a character. Okay, supposing you are having appetite, economic need, you want to satisfy economic need, you are not worried about knowledge. Okay, you're not worried about protection, security of your, like that. No, your job is producing. Okay, all economic activities you will carry out with production and profit. Be happy. Those who are courage of bronze, they are like, okay, dogs, guardian dogs. Okay, and the king is like shepherd. There is a farm where cattle is there. To protect the cattle, you have the dogs. The dogs will, you know, fight with the enemy. The wolves, throw the wolves out, protect the cattle. Okay, so then become the ship. And this is Plato's thought. No, it is throughout in all mythologies. Okay, Jesus Christ is mentioned as a shepherd. Lord Krishna has also been mentioned as a shepherd. Okay, who is taking care of the human cattle. So religions, that is why they're taking the Plato's idea has been a foundational thought for many philosophies. Okay, so human cattle is producing class dog and shepherd. Okay, this will be auxiliary class. This is called as auxiliary class. Military, those who protect the state, country. Okay, those who protect the country. Okay, these are the rulers, philosopher king. Okay, rulers on the top will be the philosopher. Okay, they are having their wise. Okay, what do you mean by wise? The word wise, it is different from the word intelligent. He's not saying that intelligent people should rule. What is the difference between the word wise and intelligence? Try, take a guess. Yes, Shafi. Getting bored? It's too abstract. If you feel comfortable, it's easy now. You go and read Ignore Plato. You go and read Sushila Raj Ramaswamy or O.P. Gopal's Western Political Thought. You will never understand anything. I'm making it simpler for you. Okay. So each person is having in a society, each individual will have one quality. Whether only one quality, all three qualities will be there for all. Human beings will have, you want to be a protector, you want to be the ruler, you want to earn money also, you want to be a business. But which quality is predominant in an individual? Based on that, that person will be put into a particular class. If you have more appetite, you will be put into producer class. If you are having more courage, you will be auxiliary class. Okay. So auxiliary is military. Okay. If you are more wise, then coming, what is wise? Wise is knowledge through experience. Intelligence is knowledge by you interpretation, analyzing. Okay, you're seeing one thing, if you're able to understand, you'll be intelligent. But through experience, okay, through a lot of study, okay, one person becomes wise. He knows that what is the tradition, what has happened, what is the traditional law. Okay, a philosopher king will be wise in knowing what is good in each of the aspects. So he is best to rule. Wise person is best to rule because through experience and learning, okay, this wiseness comes through education. Okay, the person becomes a philosopher king. Okay, in fact, he suggests 50 years of education to become philosopher king. Longest term. Okay, so only at the age of 50, a person is eligible to become a person in auxiliary class. Okay, until that education experience. He suggests 15 years of internship. If you want to be the military, you will be given roles in military, but you will be working as a practical experience, learning experience, education. You will be put under somebody. You will not be given independent charge. Independent charge only 50 years. You want to become the king or minister, 15 years. Okay, you should be a subordinate. Then only you are put as a minister. Okay, this system is even followed now in many. Okay, you have to be through the hierarchy, be under somebody at one point of time. You can be at the top. Appetite, courage, and wise. Okay. So here, the auxiliary class and ruling class is together called as guardian class. These are the terms used. You have to use it in the mains exam. Nothing should change. Sir, in one material, I see something else. Instead of bronze, they're given silver. Okay. Instead of courage, the idea is important. Some people know when they infer and prepare materials, they're wrong. You stick with one material, that is our institute material given by me. Okay. So these two people are called as guardian class. Okay, why we have to come to a thing? Because for the guardian class only, communism of rights and property is implemented. Okay, producing class, they can have their family, they can have property. Okay, in these three classes. So what Plato is saying, human nature is you have either three qualities. In this, one is predominant. Based on that quality, you should be put it to a particular group. Okay, three classes. In like we have four-fold division of society in India, three classes: producer class, and in guardian class we have auxiliary class and the ruling class. Okay, so these three classes you will be put into according to your quality. Okay, that quality is compared by elements such as iron, bronze, and gold with respect to shepherd, cattle, human cattle, dogs, and the shepherd. Okay, according to their character. Okay, there are further qualities of philosopher king separately is spoken about. Okay, like he should be knowledgeable, wise, okay, temperate, and just. That we'll see later. Later. Philosopher king, separate topicals. Copy down all these things. Yes, done. Okay. Online. Okay. So Pooja has given wise is knowing what is good and doing good from bad using his experience. Okay, Pooja, you should correct your definition. Only thing is the last word. Okay, what is good, what is bad, using their experience. Okay, fine. Now we are going to the next theory of justice. After human nature, I told you theory of justice. What is justice for him? Okay. First, okay, you must know his theory of justice is a person must be put into a class based on his capability, based on the ability of the individual. Okay, based on the ability of the individual, whether he is appetite, having courage or wisdom, based on his ability, based on his quality, he has to be okay appropriate class. Class is the group in the society. Okay, whether they are superior, middle, or down. So the first theory of justice is what is just. What is justice? Justice for Plato is you must be into a group based on your ability, based on your capability. You should not be in the other group. You should be put into a group. Okay, fine. Second is okay for him Plato's justice specialization. Okay, specialization. Which means what? If you are good in producing, you should be producing class. That alone you should specialize. One cannot do all the work. You cannot be a business person, a bureaucrat, a politician, a military person same time. Okay, you can do only one job. Okay, so functional specialization. Okay, see these words he is not using, we are using. Okay, he is saying that you must be put into the group which you are belong to. Functional specialization is the modern day term. Okay, present now the society is if you are good at medicine, doctor. If you are good at arguing, you are advocate. Good at administrating, IAS. If you are good at playing or entertaining, become a musician. Yes, you are entertainer. Go and take care of culture. Okay, so based on your abilities, you will be choosing one. One cannot do all jobs in society. Okay, so present modern any society is organized by functional specialization. That is what mentioning. Okay, or in other words, we will be using the word division of labor. Okay, division of labor in any organization. No, today morning we had class. Okay, there is somebody who will arrange the class. Okay, all okay. I have to teach. Okay, there will be a design team which would be aligning whatever material I'm giving. Okay, technology partners are there. They have to take care of the technology. If I'm doing all the work, nothing will happen. Okay, so there is a division of labor. There is division of labor. Okay, dividing the work and doing. It says functional specialization, division of labor. Okay, then he's using the word. The person, no, because he is playing a role in the society, it is good for him as well as the society. So ultimately, it is harmony. Okay, in the society. Okay. Okay. Okay, I will use the word holism. Use the word holism. Okay, sir, what is this holism, sir? There is a producing class alone, no people to guard, no people to rule. What happened? Enemies will attack. They don't have a direction. Okay, the shepherd only knows where to go and graze, where to go and go. What? Okay, nutrition. Okay, where you get good pasture. Only the leader knows. So there is no direction for the society. What if there is a ruler, the guardian class, but no producing class? Who will involved in farming and prepare the food and satisfy the economic needs? Question mark is there, right? Okay, so every group is interdependent. They cannot live isolatedly. One class is dependent on another class. Okay, the class is part of the whole group. Okay, human being is harmony and good for the society, holism. Then compare with caste system in India. Caste system is similar, right? Division of labor. Every caste is allocated a job. Don't come and argue with me, sir. Caste should be eliminated. All those things. Okay, we have to study what is caste, problems of caste. Okay, and then we can offer solutions. But before that, we should understand how society evolved. Okay, in that sense, this caste is the concept of holism, which means individual caste alone cannot exist. Each caste is allocated a work. They specialize in that work. One complements to the other. If one caste is producing, another caste will be involved in stitching the cloths. If another caste will be in smelting, preparing the utensils that we have to use. One caste will take care of religious activities. It's complementary in nature. Okay. Holism is they cannot live isolatedly. They are interrelated and they can exist in relation to other groups only. That is holism. Okay. That is harmony in the society, good for the society and good for the individual also. And fourth point is non-interference. Justice is non-interference. One who is in producing class should not meddle with politics, should not involved in military. One who is in military should not come and disturb the politics. Think no, if military people are coming and involving in politics in our country, India will become like Pakistan and Myanmar. What is happening in Pakistan, whatever military decides, that is what. Okay. In Myanmar, because of military is inside there, no, its progress is undermined. Many people refuse to have a good relation with Myanmar or any agreements, no, because they're not certain. They're not happy with the political system there. Okay, because the military is interfering. Military should do their functional specialization. You should do your duty. Okay. So that is why when bureaucrats become politicians, also they're saying, okay, it's not good. Judges should not become the politicians. Your judge means you should take care of judiciary. Okay. Bureaucrat means you should remain as a bureaucrat. Okay, lifelong. if you play the double role, okay, there will be injustice according to Plato. Okay, whether it is correct, sometimes it is beneficial. Okay, people from judiciary or people from bureaucracy getting into politics is beneficial. It brings in vast experience, wisdom. But at the same time, it's non-interference. Plato is saying, don't interfere. Whatever your quality, based on that quality, you will put into a class. You do that work. You should not interfere in others' work. That is justice. For Plato, very simple. Okay, you can compare with the caste system in India. Okay, Dharma Shastra and Artha Shastra system. Okay, same. Only difference is it's based on quality. In India, it is based on. In India, you are put into a caste based on your ability or birth. Birth. That is the difference. Otherwise, both system classification, both is hierarchical, both is unequal. Okay, both talks about functional specialization. Which one? The Plato system and the Dharma Shastra system. Both talks about non-interference. You should not interfere. A Kshatriya in India should not interfere into the work of a Brahmana. Okay, a Brahmana should not interfere in the work of Shudra, which is producing class. Okay, so here Guardian class, no, the Kshatriyas and the Kshatriyas are the ruling class and Brahmanas. You know the difference is there. The political people are put at the top. Here, the religious people are put on the top in India. Okay, the Kshatriyas, the rulers are put given the second spot. There are only 3 classes. Here we have 4 classes. Okay, in Varna system. Okay, that's the difference. In notes, I'll give it. Okay, what the difference between after reading Dharma Shastra, Kautilya Satya Shastra, we will have one question answer format, which will discuss, what is the difference between the Plato's theory of justice and the Dharma Shastra. Dharma is justice. Dharma of India. We'll compare it. The another name for Dharma, meaning for Dharma is order in the society. It is once again order in the society. Justice is order in the society. Okay, fine. That's all. Theory of justice of Plato. That's all. Now the point is we have to discuss this concept. Meaning, what others have talked about justice, how it is differing from Plato's view of justice. Straight away, if I started like that, you would got confused. Now knowing what is Plato's theory of justice, we will see other perspectives and compare. Okay, so that is where they will ask the question. Okay, so how Plato's theory of justice is different, radical, unique from others' idea of justice. That is how they ask the question. Okay, so these 4 points. Okay, I'll just remember this words. Ability, specialization, harmony, non-interference. Plato's justice, 4 points. Okay, read it. Yes, study. Okay, then you can close your eyes and recite it. Theory of justice. Ability, specialization, harmony, non-interference. Okay, now you could close your eyes and recite. Okay. I'll repeat. Ability, specialization, harmony, and non-interference. Good. Okay. So I'll just tell you in GS polity class, some of you have already attended the polity class of mine. Okay. Then that class, I would have told justice means giving what is due to an individual. I'll repeat here also. Generally, how justice is understood, giving what is due to an individual. You can make note. This justice, the modern day notion, general meaning of justice is giving what is due to an individual. Justice means giving what is due to an individual. Due, D-U-E, due to an individual. Okay. So if somebody is working for a day and what is due to him is 1,000 rupees of labor, it has to be given to him. Justice. If it is not given, injustice. As a citizen of this country, you have to be given right to vote. If it is not given, injustice. So given what is due to an individual is justice. Okay. Now, when we come to justice chapter separate, I will go in detail the dimensions of justice, political, economic, and social dimensions of justice. I'm not going to repeat it here. Okay, now Plato related. Okay, so this one idea is there, giving what is due to an individual in classroom. Okay, I have to teach in a way that you understand. The justice that you do to me is first give results, second pay the fees. Okay, fine. So giving what is due to an individual is justice. That's first point. Second point, the other person at that time, Greek time, they had a view. Justice is interest of the stronger in the society. Might is right. Okay, there is a concept called as might is right. Okay, anything is good, anything is justice. Okay, if it is protecting the might, the rulers. Okay, the rulers, that is justice. Okay, the concept was there. There's another group of people are coming. No, justice is okay. What is done in the interest of weaker, protection of the weaker. Social justice. Nowadays, we are talking about social justice, right? The Tamil Nadu government every day is talking about social justice. The schemes under social justice talks about protection of weaker section, additional support to weaker section. Okay, so justice. One more notion is protection of weaker section, protecting the weaker. Now comes Plato and says that not at all these things. Okay, these you are talking justice in terms of individual, right? Individual, but he's saying that justice is not individual right, it is the duty of the individual towards the state. Right, this point. Plato's justice is okay, one's duty towards the state. Plato's justice is duty towards the state, not right of the individual. Plato's justice is duty. Plato's justice is duty towards the state, not a right of the individual. So that is why they are using the word deontological. The word deontological means duty based. His rights is based on duty. Of course, Plato's radically unique because when we talk about justice, we'll talk about justice to me, justice to the individual, justice not to the state, justice to the individual. But Plato's taking justice to the society. Individual's duty is to do what he is able. That things I told, no, theory of justice. If you have this character, you should be in that group. Okay, you should not interfere in others' work. You should specialize in your work. You should work for the harmony of the society. So your justice, the justice in the society is goodness of the state. For Plato, second point, for Plato, justice is goodness of the state. But Plato, justice is goodness of the state. It is first point, duty of the individual towards the state. It is the goodness of the state. Justice is a public virtue and private virtue, note down. Justice is public virtue and a private virtue. Okay. So what is this virtue? Okay. They are using the word virtue means character. Okay. It's a individual character. Justice is individual character as well as public character. Why it is individual virtue? Because you have to do a work which you are capable in. That is one thing. Okay. By doing it, you are helping the goodness of the society. The virtue is goodness, or we can say an activity or an act which leads to goodness. Got it? Whether it is a character or an activity or a way of thinking, virtue is something which leads you to goodness. Activity leads to goodness. Behavior which leads to goodness is your virtue. Character which leads you to goodness is virtue. So it is individual virtue, public virtue as a private, which means individual good is also maintained, public good is also maintained. That is what Plato is saying. Okay, so Plato's theory of justice is theory of duties rather than justice. Okay, he's concerned about state rather than individual. That is why he's called as totalitarian. He is considering state more important than the individual. Okay, so this idea, any question related to theory of justice, if you ask, you can handle. Nowadays, they are not asking questions more than 20 marks. In our time and all, we have to write 60-mark question and all. Okay, 60 mark. One same question, state is individual writ large of Plato, is asked as a 10 mark now. We were writing for 60 marks. So you have to write an entire background, Plato's background, okay, so methodology, ideas, keep comparing it with the concept of state as individual writ large. You need to have a very deep understanding, a long study. But now they made the exam easier for you. You need this, know these points you can write. That's why I said those who say political science is vast, they are in pre-2008 era. Okay, the examination system and mark system which was there prevailing that time, and the syllabus that was prevailing at that time. Okay, they have made it easier for you. 4 points, you can write 15 mark. That's all with examples, with common examples. Today's example. Okay, I'm going to end the class now. One quick thinking. Okay, today's assignment is you have to watch Modern Times movie. Okay, then any example for philosopher king in India, from India? Narendra Modi. Yeah, yes, of course, he has completed complete political science. I don't know which university provides for. Good. Yes. Maybe Akbar, we can say, because he pursued philosophy, but a philosopher becoming a king or top the country in India's case. They all pursued philosophy. They are not philosophers, like philosophers becoming king. You don't restrict with the modern times, no prime ministers and presidents. Okay, Nehru, yes. Ambedkar, okay, good, huh? Good, very good. Okay, Anna from Tamil Nadu, okay, he's a philosopher. Okay, has become the king. Yeah, Dr. Radhakrishna, our first president. Abdul Kalam. You are also said good answer. I'm just giving through an idea. Okay. So internet, they will be talking about the Ayatollah. Okay, Turkey's, sorry, Iran's supreme leader. Okay, that example will be given, but you have examples before your eyes itself. Okay, that is what I wanted to say. Okay, if you rely on toppers notes, you'll be writing the same example. If you having your own thinking, like you have given a point, right? Okay. So this will, give a different outlook. Okay, and Indian examples are more relevant than the Western examples. When you give examples from India, especially if you are from South India, ensure that you are giving an example from North India also. Okay, we have to play the counter politics in the paper. Okay, you should not show your identity. Okay, so even for people from North, I say when you give example from North, give one from South, then you will be seen as inclusive. Okay, here, okay, if you give only South, you will be seen as exclusivist. Okay, come on. This what is inclusive, exclusive. We'll see when the uh, uh, chapter on ideologies are coming. Okay, done. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay, happy reading political science with me tomorrow. Tomorrow at what time? 7:45. 7:30. Okay. Okay. The other class, I told it will be 8 to 10. Okay. But here the coordinator said, sir, 7:30 to 8. Well, there's no all new students. Some of them are very new. Okay, so keep changing the time. They are not able to first let them settle down. Okay, then we can change it accordingly. Okay, so tomorrow also 7:30. Be sharp at 7:30. We will start at 7:30. Then only continuity will be there. Thank you. Yeah, guys, you're asking for book list. Yes, I can share it with you the next class. But just follow my notes itself, class notes itself. All the options I books I've done. And this is how the class to be, or it is just an introduction class. The first is an introduction class. The second Plato we saw now. That is how the class will be. Okay, every thinker, I give a flowchart. From that, each idea will be explained, question, answer, direct. That's all. What is required for the examination. Okay. And further, if you want value addition, that can be trained in answer writing. More the answers you write, more value addition. Okay. If you want Plato alone to be taught, it can be taught for 10 hours. No need. Okay. So the second session, no, that will how the class will go. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Shankar. Welcome.